5 players that Hibernian need to sell this January transfer window, or simply just get rid of. Because Hibs are down in a slump. Lee Johnson is shite. He's not on this list, but in terms of a bonus mention, he is in there because he's pish.
I don't think he's going to turn Hibs around, but we'll see. We'll see.
We'll see, but we're going to have to dive in here at numero uno in no particular order, but this guy is refusing to sign a contract. He says he wants to play in a different league. Drum roll, please. It's Ryan Porteous.
Yeah, first off, he's pissed me off lately, actually. I used to think there was a decent player in Ryan Porteous, but now he's coming out claiming that like the Scottish football level is not good enough for him, and it's like calm down, mate, right? Honestly, you scored a couple of goals for Hibs. You had a cap for Scotland. There's been better players than you that have stayed in the Scottish Premiership for a lot longer. I think he needs to wind his neck in.
Wind your neck in.
I think he's alright, and I think he could get a move to one of the old firm clubs, but he by no means is way too good for the league.
He's too big for his boots.
He is too big for his boots, and I think Hibs should sell him. He can have a good performance, but then he'll be a liability in the next game. His contract's out. He's got no intention of signing a new deal. You may as well get rid of him and get some money for him. Might not get a lot, but here, anything's better than nothing.
I mean, I rate him to a degree, but coming out with those comments, you have to be like a Henrik Larsson or something.
Aye, if Henrik Larsson...
Like a clear step above... this guy's not a step up. You play for Hibs. If you play for Hibs, how can you be a clear step above everyone?
I know, it's like... Even...
There's not a player in the league right now who can clearly say, oh, well... I mean, obviously players will get moves, right? I'm not saying... But there's no one in the league that is world class.
No, there's no one world class. But if Bassey came out and said this last season, you could understand it. If Juranovic or a Callum McGregor or someone like that was coming out and saying that, you could understand it. If Morelos or Kent, when they were at their peak, was saying that, you could understand it.
But no, this prick.
But no Ryan Porteous. No for me.
And talking about world class, we move on to another world class player, Lewis Stevenson. What a man!
Look, I've nothing against Lewis Stevenson, but the fact that he is the number one left back for Hibs in 2023 when the guy is in his late 30s now. It's not good enough, and I know that they had Josh Doidge and he's away now, but Lewis Stevenson, for me, at this stage of his career, must be a squad player, rotation player at best. He can't be starting games for Hibs. It's not like he was great in his prime. He's liked at Hibs because he's been there a long time, and he's considered a bit of a legend. Sometimes you'll be at a club a long time and you just become part of the furniture, but it doesn't mean you're a great player. Lewis Stevenson's never been a great player. Been a great servant, but he's not a great player, and he's not getting better with age. I think if Hibs want to seriously improve, then they need to be looking at a better left-back option than Lewis Stevenson. Again, nothing against him, but he was never a great player to begin with, and he's just getting older and older and older. He should be getting fizzed out the team. No, shouldn't be number one at left back.
He should be told to retire and not to come back. How many left backs has this guy actually seen out in his time at Hibs? It must be a good few.
All of them?
I pretty much all of them. Josh Doidge most recently, but again, the guy... See, just because you've got a load of appearances for a club, that doesn't mean you're a legend.
No. It's like David Gray knew when to call it a day for Hibs.
Aye.
He went out in a high, winning the Scottish Cup.
This guy,
he should have...
There's going to be no highs for Hibs for this guy to call it a day.
Call it a day when they get
as high as it's going to get is our first seat for this guy. But anyway, moving up next is Aidan McGeady. Big wages. McGeady, spin your ass back to TJ, my friend.
Look, if Hibs signed this guy 10 years ago, then I could understand it, right? But he has not been relevant in God knows how long. And the fact that Hibs, this is just a guy, not to be mean to him, but it's like a mercenary. It's just coming in for the payday. He has nothing left to offer.
See, when you're at that age, right?
See, when you relied on pace and skill.
But see, when you're this age and all that's you need to be a striker, a centre back, or a goalkeeper, in my opinion.
Yeah, a winger that relied on pace and trickery is just not going to cut it. Plus, even people think of Aidan McGeady. When did they ever talk about things he's done in the past couple of years, or things that he's done in the past even 5 years? Literally, you think of Aidan McGeady, people think back to 2008, 2009.
I know, the McGeady spin.
Jesus Christ, we're talking well over a decade ago.
But 15 years ago now. It's 2023, son. It's time to pack it in.
I'm not sure exactly what his wage is at Hibs, but let's be real. He won't be one of the lowest paid players. He'll be one of the highest paid. And I think it's just bad recruitment for Hibs. Recruitment for Hibs has been shocking for a while now. They need to get rid of this guy today.
Yeah, it's like when they signed David Marshall, right? I was skeptical about it, but you know what? Like, he's all right. He's good.
No, I thought David Marshall would be a good sign for Hibs. Like, I think
but it just shows you like similar age, but it's just a position that suits.
Goalkeepers can play well into that. I mean,
exactly.
Most of the best goalkeepers in the league are in their late 30s or 40s.
So McGeady, he has to go. Coming in next is Manchester United loanee Will Fish. You may be thinking, but they can't sell a loanee. But guess what? He's only played 4 games for them this year.
Send them back.
Exactly.
Or release him into the ocean. One of the fucking two.
I seen reports that United were going to call him back, which is weird. It's not like...
Why are they going to play him in the fucking...
I know, I didn't get it.
Are they going to play him in the next Premier League game? Like, this guy, I think he's made 4 appearances for Hibs, but maybe he will become a player. But right now, he's not even Hibs quality. Never mind Man United quality. Unless this guy improves dramatically, this guy's not a footballer.
No, but that's what gets me though. Is see if you're a team like Hibs, you cannot be bringing in a loanee to take time away from your youngsters if he's not going to be starting.
Yeah, the only reason it makes sense for like a team like Hibs to bring in a loanee, if he is good enough to come straight in and make a difference in the starting 11. All you're doing is bringing this guy in and putting him in the starting 11 when he's not good enough. And he's costing you results, he's costing you goals, and he's taking away playing time from actual players that are contracted to your club. Makes zero sense. Maybe they're getting him cheap. I don't know what the wage is. Maybe Man United are paying the wage in full. But even then, unless this guy's contributing, unless he's helping the team and having a positive impact on the starting 11, it just makes no sense to have loan players.
No, it absolutely doesn't. You're right. I mean, it would almost make more sense if McGeady was a loan, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
because like you're not signing this old decrepit guy to a long-term deal, and you're probably only paying a certain percentage of the wage. But with this guy, get rid of him. They need to start fresh, and to be honest, it starts with the manager. But coming in last, we've got McCurdy, the guy with the pishest mohawk known to man, and he looks a bit like Simon Pegg on crack. What do you think of this guy?
I think this guy I think he's garbage, right? When I first seen him, voice is going to be a bit, but anyway, originally when I first seen him, it was actually on FIFA 23, and I thought he was a regen. I actually didn't know this guy existed. And then I can't remember what game it was, but I actually watched a Hibs game and I thought, fuck, there's that guy that I played against on FIFA. And
well, the first time I noticed him was the Amber Derby there about 5 days ago.
I'll give him credit. See, his FIFA player, he scored a couple of goals against me, but I tell you what, he ain't scoring any goals against anybody half decent in real life. This guy is shocking. Shocking haircut, shocking ability. There's nothing good about him. I don't know what kind of wage he's on, but he's just not Hibs quality. I like a lot of players in this Hibs team. I mean, they could have narrowed it down to 5, but it could have been a lot more. I mean, I do think Hibs have some good players, but the majority of them just need to go. Squad's too big. Recruitment's been poor. Lee Johnson even came out and said he'd like to get rid of 10 players to bring in one good player. So that just tells you what he thinks of the team, if he's willing to sacrifice 10 of them.
Well, I bet you the players will be willing to get rid of one shit manager to bring one good one in, though.
Yeah, well, I don't know. You know what? I think Lee Johnson's too laid back, and I just don't think... back to McCurdy, this guy's not good enough. It's as simple as that.
I know, like, well, what Johnson... I know, McCurdy's shite, but Johnson comes out after every game and just says, like, they're just not doing what I'm saying, and that sort of stuff. It's like, well, so what are we doing?
Passing the buck, that's cheap, mate. That's cheap. Take responsibility.
Take responsibility, brother. Will he take responsibility? Will he be the next to go? Check out soon on Flog Football. I think, totally unrelated, but I think it's going to be Malky Mackay. I think Ross County are done for.
You say that, but I mean, last season they opened 10 games, no wins, and then...
we're a bit more than 10 games in, though.
True. That's what I would say is... The reason why I think Ross County are going down is... See, like 2 months ago, Kelly didn't look that great and Dundee United were awful.
Yeah.
I think Kelly are beginning to grind out some results and Dundee United have improved massively. I don't even think Dundee United will be involved in the relegation fight now. So who does that leave for Ross County to... Well, maybe Motherwell?
I'll tell you who that
maybe
leaves.
Hibs.
I'll tell you that, yeah. Motherwell and Hibs play each other tomorrow, and I think if Hibs lose that game, they're dragged into the relegation fight. If they win it, they're out of it.
I can see a couple of teams contesting 11th place, but yeah, like you said, at the moment, I know it's totally unrelated, but at the moment, it looks like Ross County are going to be cut adrift in 12th.
Yep, absolutely.
So we'll see. These are 5 players we think should leave Hibs, or Hibs should try and sell, or just get rid of, or throw in the bin, discard, call it what you want. These are 5 players I don't think should play for Hibs again. And yeah, could have put a lot more. Could have put about 20 players in this list, but yeah.
We narrowed it down to 5. So until then, guys, you want us to do 5 players they should keep? Probably couldn't even name you 3 or 1. Kevin Nesbitt, brother. But until then, peace.